A couple of nice, clear, straight grain pieces of ash to work with this morning. I'm going to be making some window treatments. So a little combination of woodworking, metalworking. You can see the rough sawn surface here. A little bit of water standing, take care of that, no problem. What I've done so far is I've touched this up with an orbital sander, 80 grit, just to take the tops off on the saw marks. I want to leave the saw marks intact, and I'm going to do some 1-inch pipe welding to make 2 curtain rods. Stick with me, see how it goes. Okay, so I'm working with some black pipe here. The outside dimension of this pipe is just around 7/8 of an inch. So I'm thinking that instead of centering the pipe on this board, I'm going to drop it down to where there's an inch showing below the pipe. So I'm going to lay the holes out. What I'm going to do is cut and miter this pipe so that I've got little returns. The returns will go through the board to a welded plate on the back side of this, and that will make a very strong attachment when it comes to when it's installed. So let me show you the layout once it's done. What I've got here is some black pipe, 7/8 outside diameter, that I have taken the paint off and then mitered and welded. I'm not a welding master, but I think the welds came out pretty good and they ground down nice and smooth. What I'm going to do is I am going to fill and paint these, then put them through the holes on the back side of this board, and then I'm going to tack weld a little plate. That plate will be screwed to the back of the board, and that will make this a one-piece unit that can then be mounted over the window. So that's current status. Take a look after I've got the plates welded on and the bars painted. Earlier in the video I had discussed where I was going to install this rod like this and then weld a plate onto the back that I could then back screw in order to permanently fix this curtain rod in place. I have since changed my mind on that, and instead what I'm going to do is drill a hole and use a threaded fastener, then drill a corresponding hole in the pipe here so that I can put the pipe in the hole, drop a pin down through, and that will be what holds the curtain rod in this header treatment. So stick with me as I go ahead through drilling the holes and prepping to assemble this curtain rod assembly. Okay, so what we have here is 2 neatly drilled and countersunk holes. Let's go ahead and drill the corresponding holes in the metal pipe and come back and show you how it's assembled. Okay, so all my drilling is now done. The head treatment has now been drilled and countersunk on both ends, and both pipes have now been drilled all the way through on both ends. And I've got the rings already pre-mounted on the pipe. Let me go ahead and swing on the other side of the table here and show you one that's already assembled. I've got it propped up on my tape measure just because it's a little top heavy off center. But you see that it's all there. Screw drilled and countersunk. And I've located these screw heads in such a way that the side casings on the window are going to cover these up, so I'm not even going to bother with plugging the holes. Okay, next thing you'll see is them installed.